Well, Burma has freed some of its most prominent dissidents as part of a mass amnesty which will see more than 6,000 people released from the country's jails. Observers have cautiously welcomed the news, but they've called for the unconditional release of thousands more prisoners of conscience. They say much more needs to be done to prove that the civilian government elected last year to replace the military junta is serious about political change. Southeast Asia correspondent Zoe Daniel reports.
The UN government wishes to give a chance for some of those imprisoned to turn a new leaf.
The release of more than 6,000 people from jail was announced on state radio and television, and there was instant speculation that political prisoners would be among them.
On the humanitarian and compassion grounds, according to Section 204B of the Constitution, the amnesty is granted to 6,359 convicts from the respective prisons, in line with the aforementioned conditions, effective on the 12th of October 2011.
Today, the rumours became truth. About 120 political prisoners were released.
I thought all political prisoners would be released. The government must release all political prisoners and they must be able to have free political activity.
Among them, high-profile dissidents jailed for things like distributing aid during the country's lockdown after 2008's devastating Cyclone Nargis and for organising the 2007 Saffron Revolution. Since last year's election and the release of opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi from house arrest, Burma's been more engaged with the West. But the detention of political prisoners has been a key reason for the retention of economic sanctions. Today, a step in the right direction.
If Burma is serious about its program of political reform, and that these things aren't just words, if they are serious, then there will need to be some response from the international community in terms of sanctions. Australia has an open mind on the future of sanctions.
But there's cynicism about the sincerity of the Burmese government, which has appeared to embrace progress in the past before relapsing. Critics fear it's trying to divert attention from the continuing repression of ethnic minorities to win credibility and avoid a war crimes inquiry.
Clearly, this year they've been on a charm offensive, even as they mounted military offensives against ethnic civilians. What is very important to remember is that the regime wants international pressure to stop. They want economic sanctions to be removed, and they want to be guaranteed the chair of ASEAN in 2014. So they are doing whatever they can to show a kinder, gentler face without necessarily changing some key behaviours, and that would include war against ethnic people.
About 2,000 political prisoners are believed to remain in Burmese jails tonight. Their fate remains tied to the country's progress. More prisoners are expected to be released in the coming days. Zoe Daniel, Lateline.